Ever wondered what the G20 is and what its objectives are? Well, let's unravel this together. The G20, or Group of 20, is a premier forum for international economic cooperation. It's comprised of 19 countries and the European Union, making it a powerful collective. But why was it formed, you may ask? The G20 was established in the wake of the financial crisis that shook the world in 1999. The world's largest economies realized the need for a more inclusive platform that could address global economic challenges. This led to the birth of the G20, a forum where these major economies could come together, discuss, and devise solutions to global economic issues. So, the G20 was born out of a crisis. But what does it aim to achieve? Stay with us as we delve deeper into the objectives and the impact of this influential group in the upcoming scenes. To understand the G20's objectives, we need to delve a bit into its history. The genesis of the G20 can be traced back to the Asian financial crisis of 1997. This crisis was a wake-up call to the world, highlighting the interconnectedness of global economies and the potential for regional issues to have worldwide impact. The crisis began in Thailand with the financial collapse of the Thai baht. The contagion quickly spread to other Asian economies, including South Korea, Indonesia, and eventually even reaching as far as Russia and Brazil. This crisis exposed the vulnerabilities of the global financial system and underscored the need for greater international cooperation in financial and economic affairs. At that time, the G7, consisting of the 7 largest advanced economies, was the primary forum for international economic cooperation. However, the Asian financial crisis made it clear that the G7 alone could not adequately address global economic issues. The world was changing, and emerging economies were playing an increasingly significant role on the global stage. Recognizing this, the G7 called for the formation of a broader forum that would include these emerging economies. The idea was to create a platform where representatives from both developed and developing countries could come together to discuss and address global economic issues. This led to the birth of the G20. The first G20 meeting took place in 1999 in Berlin, Germany, under the auspices of the G7. It was attended by finance ministers and central bank governors from 20 countries, including major economies like the United States, China, India, and Brazil, as well as smaller yet influential economies like Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and Australia. Since then, the G20 has evolved from a forum for finance ministers and central bank governors into a premier platform for international cooperation, with annual summits attended by heads of state or government. Today, the G20 collectively represents about 2/3 of the world's population, 85% of global gross domestic product, and over 75% of global trade. And that's how the G20 came into being. But what about its objectives? The G20 is not just an annual meeting of world leaders. It has a set of core objectives that guide its activities. Picture this: a world stage where 20 of the most influential countries unite with a purpose. That is precisely what the G20 is all about. But what are the objectives that drive this powerful forum? Let's break it down. Firstly, the G20 aspires to promote strong, sustainable, and balanced growth. This objective is not just about numbers and graphs. It's about ensuring that economies across the globe prosper, that wealth is created and shared equitably, and that the benefits of economic advancement reach all corners of the world, from bustling cities to the most remote villages. Secondly, the G20 is committed to modernizing international financial architecture. In simpler terms, this means making sure the global financial system is up to date, efficient, and fair. It's about creating a system where countries, big or small, rich or poor, have a voice and a fair shot at prosperity. It's about making sure that the rules of the game are clear, just, and understood by all. Lastly, the G20 seeks to foster international economic and financial stability. This is crucial because in a globalized world, a financial crisis in one part of the globe can quickly spread elsewhere. Therefore, the G20 works towards preventing such crises, mitigating their impact when they do occur, and ensuring that the global economy can bounce back. These objectives are designed to address global economic challenges and ensure the prosperity of all nations. They are the guiding principles that steer the discussions, decisions, and actions of the G20. The G20 is more than just a club of powerful nations. It is a platform where these nations come together, set aside their differences, and work towards common goals. It's a forum where collective solutions are sought for collective challenges. It's a testament to the fact that when we come together, we can bring about remarkable change. So, next time you hear about the G20, remember it's not just a meeting, but a forum designed to address some of the world's most pressing economic challenges.